Washington is in the playoffs. Washington's in the playoffs. It's no surprise right here, ladies and gentlemen, that the Washington Capitals would come all the way to this point and find a way to get themselves the last wild card in the Eastern Conference. So much resiliency is shown throughout this season. This team just finds a way to get it done when everything is down to the wire. You had so many challenges ahead of y'all, but you found a way to pull it together and get yourself back in the playoffs. Will they go on a shocking run to shock the league and the entire world? I don't know, but we're going to have to see. But what I do know is that as long as this team right here they play to their strengths and they play all together, we're all Cats, baby. We play with fierce intensity, desperation hockey, and we're going to be who we are throughout the rest of the season. So, let's get on this playoff series preview. Alright. What's going on, everybody? DMV Air A back in the building with yet another video where today I'm here to share my first ever playoff preview on this channel about the Washington Capitals' upcoming playoff series against the New York Rangers. So when I first saw in that Flyers game, the very last game of the regular season, I figured, that's going to be a very intense game out there in Philadelphia. The Flyers are going to give everything that they got within their guts to somehow pull off an upset against us. But I knew that we were going to have to bring an A game to punch our ticket to the playoffs. I said it last video that anything short of an A game would definitely ruin your reputation. And these guys did not disappoint me, for sure. They absolutely went out there to Philadelphia and exploit their weaknesses down the stretch. I was highly impressed with the style of hockey that they ran throughout the rest of the game. Goaltending, let me say this, Charlie Lindgren went out there and was fearless. He was fearless in the Wells Fargo Center. He showed up when he needed to. A 2-1 victory was close, but he got us the saves when we needed him most. When Philly was somehow, some reason, pulling up these strong attacks, the defense was able to hang in there. And it was amazing to see. But anyway, we got the victory in Philadelphia to close out the season. We won 4 out of the last 5 games to punch our ticket to the postseason and ending the regular season with 91 points. Now that the regular season is done, the playoffs for the East are set, having been the West almost game set, which these games going on right now in the Western Conference are about to come to a close. The playoffs will be officially set within the next 2 days. It will start on Friday with the Islanders taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. And we're going to play the Rangers on Sunday. Let's get on this game. Let's get on this game right here. Let's be honest. This team right here, are they championship caliber? No. Are they worthy on going on a championship run? No. Is there any expectations out of this team to win a championship? Absolutely not. However, is it possible that they can compete in the playoffs? Can they really prove that they are somewhat of a dangerous threat against all other teams out there in the East and West? Sure, you can definitely make that claim that they are a dangerous team in the East and that they can be competitive. The optimism is high. The energy is still somewhat high despite all odds, and hope is not yet dead for this team because they've played so hard to the point where that they want more. They worked hard all year to get to this moment. They want to make something happen. They definitely want to make something happen. And if they can shock the world with their style of hockey that they've been playing throughout the rest of the year, or at least the entire season, you can definitely see that they can go on somewhat of a run to the championship. And that they could win a Stanley Cup again. But it will take a lot, an A game, a total team effort, and a lot of effort to go on a run. It's a tall task. Can they pull it off? It seems possible. We'll just have to wait and see. Going into this playoff series against the New York Rangers, it's definitely going to be a tough series. And if anybody comes up to me and saying that it's not a big deal, the Rangers have been a rival for years, you can definitely exploit their weaknesses and somewhat shock them in the most painful way possible. It ain't true. The New York Rangers have shown to me that they are the reason why they won the President's Trophy this year and that they're the best team in the National Hockey League. These guys in blue are coming for you. They're legitimately coming for you. Any team out there playing the Rangers is legitimately going to be fear. They're going to be absolutely afraid to play this team. What they showcased throughout the whole season has been extraordinary. That's why they have over 110 points right here. This is the reason why that they have a great coaching staff. This is the reason why they have a great roster filled with a lot of offensive power. Their goaltenders, lights out. All of that says a lot about the New York Rangers. But we ain't here to talk about them in general. We're here to talk about our talent, our passion to go out there and compete, and our willingness to not give up the fight to the very bitter end. Because again, we stand together. We stand together as one, and if we can stick to who we are within our roots, I believe they can do this. They will compete to the very bitter end. Now onto the keys to somehow pulling off an upset against the New York Rangers. We all know we played the Rangers far enough in this regular season. We already know their strengths and weaknesses throughout the years. And this rivalry doesn't get any better than this. So, number one, if you want to beat this Rangers squad, which is so tough on you defensively, you need to figure out a way to exploit their weaknesses. We all know how fast their pace can be on both ends of the ice. We all know how physical they can be on you all the time. We all know how aggressive they will be, scoring, taking shots on goal on offense. You just need to figure out a way to exploit their weaknesses. On the offensive side, you cannot go slow within the attack. You got to figure out a way to move the puck extremely well against that defense, which can break up your plays and immediately start to make something happen on the other end. And then on the defensive side, you got to stay on your heels the entire game right here. Not gonna lie. Because the way that these guys being in the playoffs right now, they're ready to go. Both teams, Washington and New York, they're ready to go. But I think whoever scores the least amount of goals in this series will lose the series. That's my hot take right there. Whoever scores the least amount of goals in total throughout the entire series, if it's 5 games, 6 or 7 games, we'll lose this series. That's just how I see it. If you cannot put up enough goals throughout the entire span of a series, you're not the better hockey team. And they have a saying in basketball, man, the ball doesn't lie. The puck is so small, it's going to fall on somebody's shoulders right here. What I mean by that, it could be anybody's game. It legitimately can be anybody's game if you make a simple mistake that's going to cost your team the game. So I figure puck management, limiting turnovers will be number 3 on my list. Self-discipline is so key. You cannot have self-inflicted wounds. If you have no discipline at all throughout the full 60 minutes in a game, you ain't prepared. You're jacked up right there. You're dead in the water. You have to have self-discipline in yourselves to win a game. Simple as that. Last thing I would say for my keys to victory: give everything you got. Give every little bit of effort you got. I don't care what other people say about us. They tore us apart when the season got started. But they are the Washington Capitals, and they are the guys that have been in the playoffs so many times throughout the last decade, or the past decade, I should say. And they've been in this position enough times to truly understand that they have a chance to do something special. Period. They have a chance to do something special. And whoever's playing us, gotta keep our eyes on us. And just know that you ain't gonna expect a lot from us, but once we start playing the game, we're gonna go out there and make something happen. Just wait and see what's going to happen on Sunday afternoon at Madison Square Garden. We're going to give every little bit of effort we got. So yeah, those are my keys to victory right there, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, get aggressive on the attack offensively. Defensively, number 2, stay on your heels the entire game. And keep up with the pace of the New York Rangers offense, because they ain't slowing down. They're going to show no signs of slowing down. Number 3, self-discipline. Limit turnovers. Puck management is so key throughout the full 60 minutes of a game. Number 4, total team effort. Give every little bit of effort you have in this series. I truly believe in you guys. You come this far to not fall flat on your face. And you're not going to do that throughout the full 60 minutes. Each and every game of the series. If we can do all those 4 things, and we just hope it falls into our favor, we have a legitimate shot to do something special in this series. Because I know these guys for so long, since our 2018 championship run. They known to come back. They known to stay in the fight. They are known to play desperation hockey for a full 60 minutes. And Alexander Ovechkin knows it so well for so long that playoff defeat is just as bad as suffering injuries on this roster and suffering tough losses throughout the regular season. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And that is all I got to say. Now, I will say this before I end this video right here. The last thing I want to see are these guys embarrassing themselves. If they go out there against the New York Rangers and be scared of them, they embarrassing themselves for a 7-game series, we're going to go into the offseason figuring what happened. Why did we fall flat on our face? Why did we even show up in the playoffs in the first place? Last year, we did not make the playoffs. The year before that, we made the playoffs and gave at least somewhat of a good effort against the Florida Panthers. We came up short in 6 games. And then the year before that run in 2022, was against the Boston Bruins, and they came out flat. They just put up some terrible stats against the Boston Bruins. They had no answer against them whatsoever. So, since winning that championship, we just couldn't get anything going. I mean, matter of fact, I can bring up the next two series that happened after the championship run. 2019, heartbreaker against Carolina in 7 games. 2020, COVID year, no fans, but we played in the bubble in Toronto. Nothing happened at all against the Islanders. Because there was nothing to expect at all besides some competitiveness. And I already mentioned the rest of the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons that happened. So, we're going to need to bring our A game heading into the series against the Rangers. Again, anything short of an A game, like I keep always saying, will cost your team the game, and it'll just be absolutely damaging to your playoff hopes right there. Your championship hopes, matter of fact. You got to go out there 1-0 each and every game of this series. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. Nobody's saying it can be easy whatsoever. But it takes a total team effort to do something special in this series. And if they can do that, I believe in these guys so much that they have a chance to go on a run. I'll still have that faith, hope, and optimism throughout the span of the series. Because I know what this team is capable of. I know what adjustments they have to make. And I know that they truly believe that they have faith to go out there, play for each other, fight for each other, and play like champions out there on the ice. And there's my final statement right there. They're going to play like champions out there on the ice and give every little bit of effort they got. And they're ready to put up a fight. Trust me, they're ready to put up a fight. They are ready. With that being said, that's all I got to say. Let's go, Caps. Let's play hockey.